Hey guys, I'm back with another video here. A friend of mine dropped this off last week. This is a MegaTouch Force EVO by Merit. It's a tabletop kind of VLT arcade gaming machine that you'd normally find at bars, clubs. We've all seen them. You know, you can sometimes put change or bills or whatever, and you can win credits in some of them. And this one's obviously missing the stand. I got it propped against the wall here, and it doesn't have any of the change or the actual bill receiver or anything like that. It's actually missing the logo and stuff up top here. So this thing's actually in pretty rough shape, but it works. The touch screen, there seems to be a dead spot in here too, but so I'm just going to kind of give you guys just a little quick view of this thing. So let me just lay it down flat, and I'll open it up and we can take a look at the inside. Okay, so normally these are locked, so we actually had to end up drilling a lockout on this to actually get it open because there was no key when we received it. So you can't really tell, but inside, this is actually just a standard PC. It's an Intel Celeron. I think it has maybe 256 megs of RAM. It's not the fastest thing ever, but I guess it gets the job done for whatever software they're running here. It's got a cooling fan here and here. This one's really loud, and this one is actually really stuck. The touchscreen modules here, there's a standard IDE hard drive. Let's see here. Just a standard IDE hard drive, of course. Touchscreen interface. There is USB, and that's the LCD screen, which is actually made by Samsung. And here, that's the security key so that you can't kind of steal their software. It just it kind of looks like a battery, but it's probably some kind of serial interface. Here's your, let me kind of focus a little bit better. Here's your configuration buttons. You can adjust the screen, and you can also get into like a system menu and stuff like that. Speakers up top here. Power supply. So it's pretty much just a PC. So let me set up a tripod, and I'll turn it on and we can see what it does. Okay, so now that we're set up on the tripod, I kind of prop the screen up a little so we can see it better. You can actually see the reflection of my basement ceiling here, so that's probably not good. I have to put it on the edge a little here because the power cord sticks out at the bottom, because obviously it's intended to sit on a stand. So I'm just going to click the power switch here. Now I have turned this on before, so I know it works. So we got a standard BIOS splash screen here, just to kind of tell you what we're dealing with. You can't really see it's cut off here. It says tab to skip screen and delete to enter BIOS. Pixie boot, standard BIOS. And now it actually says it's loading Linux. And for those of you that are familiar with Linux, you'll know the next screen pretty well, with all of our services starting here. So it loaded things like a modem, which isn't in here, but it loaded the drivers for it, network card. It actually brought up its own IP address. I'm assuming that's internal to wherever this was connected previously. But things like the modem would have been to verify credit card information, things like that. See, it's actually saying now that it's detecting the modem, and obviously it can't find it. So, and it went through the MicroTouch drivers, which is more than likely the touchscreen, and started things like sound cards and USB. And I have had a keyboard plugged into it, so USB does work on this. You can enter the BIOS and you can do whatever there. So next is the actual software. I promise it is faster once it actually gets to it. Now, I tried to find a lot of information online about these, but there's not much out there. The company that makes these looks like it went out of business. Their website is still up, but it has a lot of broken links. Okay, so from here you can see We got a couple game choices. See here it says 2005 and 2005.5 at the top. I guess twice a year they released a new version with a couple updated games and a couple different features. So if we just touch things here, we can actually scroll through all the different games. So there's a kids games here. I was playing mini golf, I think it was. See, the touchscreen has that dead zone there, so I just chose 2 players instead of 1. So let's just choose whatever here. It loads the games fairly quickly too, and the graphics are probably equal to what you'd see on a modern day cell phone. So something like this, maybe we'll crank it up and just give it a whack here. So let's turn that on. Okay, see the touchscreen again, it gets a little wonky. So anyway, let's back out of here and see. I might need to recalibrate it. So if I go back, there's those menus, or those buttons here in the bottom that I was showing you earlier. I should be able to press to get into the menu. As long as I don't knock it off the table. Oh, that's the brightness one, so I think it's over this way. No, auto adjustment. We're kind of spread out all over the place here. That's the menu on the actual. Okay, so there's the calibration button, so you can do a calibration. I read the manual. You're supposed to press and hold in these zones. So, and then you can drag that around, and you drag it to the exit to get rid of it. And it goes into high res mode, as it calls it. So 800 by 600 high res. And then drag to exit. So let's try this button over here. Okay, so this is the menu. So we have credits, games, high scores, books, system diagnostic, Tormax, credit card, presentation, and promotion. So credits allows you to choose how much value each coin would be. It's set to free play right now, obviously because there's no coin mech. So games, if you go to game setup, you can enable or disable games. Now, another YouTube video I saw, a guy was showing that this had erotic videos in it. Now this one doesn't have that option, so maybe it was in a location where if there was children or something like that, it's hard to say. So, play timer, I set it to 0. And options, you can allow games to continue and bonus rounds, things like that. High scores, you can reset high scores or auto clear, no names, things like that. Books, I probably shouldn't have hit that one because it actually shows you almost like an Excel document on your earnings, and kind of gives you like a breakdown of your peak times of money and stuff like that. So obviously I didn't hit it. So system, you can set the time. Security setup, you can change passcodes, things like that. Serial game, or set game serial number. No idea what that is. Volume control, pretty standard. Set 6-star pin. That is, I think, to access this menu from within the game without having to open up the machine. Data transfer, again, I'm not sure what that is. There's a proprietary port on the back, and it might be for something about just about that. Options, just a couple different things in here about languages and resolutions and things like that. So I'll just hit menu. So diagnostics, there's video test. If you bring up video test, it just goes through different modes. Make sure your screen's not broken. IO test, that would be for like coin mechs, things like that. Touchscreen calibration, we saw that. touchscreen test. That's that last part of the calibration where you drag the cursor in. System log, pretty standard. Checksum test, that checks the hard drive. System info just kind of gives you a breakdown of what's going on. Okay, so it's 128 megs of RAM. Motherboard's ECS. So Torn Max. I don't know, ask me to enter serial numbers. I don't bother. Credit card. You can set up dial-in numbers, credit card tests, things like that. Presentation. There's different modes, so it's almost like a screensaver. So you can choose it to be, if you're a salesperson, if you're an operator, and your ad screens, you can change it so if you're in a bar, you have your logo and things like that. Promotion. Yeah, My Merit, I guess, was like an online account where you could save progress on games and things like that. So anyway, I guess not too bad for free, but I really don't know what else to do with it. I mean, maybe I'll put it in the spare room and sit down and play it sometimes. It's kind of a pain with that dead spot right here, but I don't know if it's maybe it's dirty. There's a lot of dirt crammed down in here, so it could be throwing off the screen, but I'm not entirely sure. If you guys had any questions or comments, you know, just leave me a message or post in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out my other videos.